demeaning me because of my religious beliefs. And I'm still sitting in the seat standing. And I'm still sitting in the seat standing.
To me, I think Kanye West and Kyrie Irving really epitomize a certain part of human nature, which I think is that the more successful and famous and the more power we get throughout our lives, like the more our sense of self-importance like increases and gets worse, and just like lack of humility gets worse. I think you see it widespread. You don't see it just with celebrities. You see it in the workplace too, or in just about every facet of life. Like the more successful you become in something, like the more you start to develop some sort of like toxic confidence in yourself, and you get so tied to your own opinions that you just completely lack open-mindedness. And to me, there's a lot of issues with what Kanye and Kyrie Irving said, and I honestly think that they have that there are more things to what they believe than what they're saying. I just feel like if they were to say all of it, then the backlash would be too much, and they recognize that. But I think like fundamentally, there's a bigger problem there that I think is a widespread problem, but they epitomize it, which is a lack of open-mindedness and also just like extreme self-importance. And I think like to be someone who calls himself an intellectual, or to actually want to do good for the world, you kind of need first you need humility, but you also need to be open-minded. And skepticism is also super important, which both of them clearly have. They're both very clearly skeptical about a lot of things. But in order to balance that skepticism, you also have to have an open mind to other people's ideas and other people's opinions. Because really what that is an understanding that you don't have everything figured out. And that's like a widespread problem, but it's especially a problem kind of like the more your self-importance increases, the more you kind of shut other people out and try to assert your own opinions because you have everything figured out. And I think that success can get so bad and people could get so drunk in fame that they almost see themselves as prophets. I mean, pretty much I feel like Kanye and Kyrie Irving have pretty much come close to saying that they see themselves as prophets. And really what that is just being drunk on success and kind of epitomizing that feature of what we are, that the more successful we get, the more self-important we are. And so I kind of feel like despite Kanye and Kyrie Irving like wanting to do good, and despite them feeling like they are intellectual people, I feel like they're not doing good, and they aren't true intellectuals. And the reason why is because even though they're skeptical, which is very important, they lack humility and they lack open-mindedness. They think they have everything figured out. And I think having those two qualities and skepticism, they kind of balance each other out, and they enable you to be curious about other people's minds and also kind of refine your own thinking, like understanding that you don't have everything figured out. None of us do. It doesn't matter who you are. Odds are most of your opinions are wrong. So refining our thinking, so getting better and better about understanding the world. And I think that's what a true intellectual is. And to me, that's kind of at the heart of what science is about. Like science is kind of knowing that there's so little to what we know, and trying to use tools and methods that kind of go beyond our everyday reasoning, like understanding how limited our reasoning is. So yeah, that's about all I had to talk about. Let me know if you agree in the comments. But yeah, see ya.